And so they came, at a friend's behest. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came.
Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV with the Rude Man. In the last episode, we had a fight with Nidhogg, and as you can tell, the Azure Dragoon isn't Azure anymore. His whole outfit is drenched in blood red. I don't know how that works. You can't wash it off. I don't know. Anyway, let's check in with Estinian and find out what we have to do next. Though Nidhogg has fallen, my heart is yet heavy, and this stain of corruption please me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. All right, we got ourselves a new mount, and and we can fly. Good time to try out our new mount. So let's use this key here. Anything else that we have? We've already used those. Those are extra ones we can sell. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we got. It's the mana cutter. We've got several ones. We've got the motorcycle. You've seen that. And then I have another motorcycle that will carry two people instead of just the one, just me. There's the mana cutter. So let's take a look at that. Oh, before we do that, let's find out what Estinian wants. The song begins. Estinian would know the origin of Nidhogg's mysterious eye. Well, the origin or what? Because one of them's missing. We have established that one of the eyes is missing. And I think he mentioned something about it, because we found out about the missing eye, but why does he have two eyes missing? So anyway, with Nidhogg fallen, none save Rosvilger remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again. Oh, he wants to go bug the dragon again. That doesn't want to have anything to do with this. Well, okay. I guess. But since he wants us to go that way, that gives us a reason to fly around. There is another reason to fly around. I'll show you in a sec here. Let's get the mana cutter. Get a better angle on it. Now, if we look at our map, we have traveled around the map, but only on foot, and we didn't go everywhere. So you can see the map where we've opened it up, but here's some patches of it that we haven't opened up. So it's a good idea once you're able to fly in an area to fly into those areas and open that map up, because every time you do, you get experience for discovering a new location, and so it's going to help level you up. So let's take off. All right, so we're going to fly around and open this area up here. Do a little sightseeing while we're at it. There's actually quite a bit of the map that we haven't seen. Seeing is relevant. Sounds like an old washing machine, like like it's going to fall out of the sky at any minute. There's a lot of little side quests that'll open areas up like this for you. I don't necessarily do all the side quests. As a matter of fact, I do very few of them. It's too easy to level up the way you need to be leveled up by just doing the main quest line. You really don't have to do any side quests to level up, you know. Nasty places. Humanity needs to come in and rebuild it again. Dragons just use it for a bathroom, I guess. Just destruction. It just looks like a mess. Kind of a cool place, though. Carol was out and about today, and so I had her stop and get me a taco salad at a local pizzeria that we have here. It was very good, but the onions are so hot. They were good, flavorful, but oh my God, they were hot. Can I not go that way? No, it did open it up. All right. Okay, looks like there's just the one spot that I haven't... Well, no, wait a minute. There might be something down south. Whoa! Watch where you're going. Man, that onion was so hot it kind of burned my tongue a little bit. When I take a drink of the Mountain Dew, the carbonation kind of hurts my tongue. All right, there was some southern stuff here that I haven't been to. God rays. Flying into the sun. Don't fly too close to the sun. There's a fable about that. The phoenix that flew too close to the sun. All right, we're going to head back and talk to the dragon, I guess. We did open that up, and we got some experience for that. We had each area that opened up had its own experience, and then when you get the full map opened up, we got 72,800 experience. So that's cool. Where are we at? down here? Oh, she's still up here? Was she just hanging out all by herself? What the hell? 'Twas you, was it not? The furious screams of the dragons carried far. You've slain Nidhogg? What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Rosvelgar to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the great worm and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the Dragon Song War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learn the truth of its beginning, the whole truth. Not that way we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound the horn, sound the horn, warrior of light. Here he comes. Impenitent mortals, ever seeking to bury old wrongs under new. I did sense the moment of Nidhogg's demise.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Twould seem thou hast uncovered my secret. I, unto the blinded Nidhogg did I yield one half of my strength. I don't know how the hell that works. You don't have to wash it off first or anything. I'm guessing it's magic. Nidhogg, what hath befallen thee? We are undone by covetous mortals. They did take Ratatosker's eyes and glut their appetites upon her essence. She is slain, then. What madness hath unmade our peace accord? Did I not warn thee, brood brother? They have ever been untrustworthy creatures. these short-lived Elzen? But thou wert enchanted by thy mortal maid. Thy folly hath cost Ratatoskr her life, and me mine eyes. O my beloved Shiva, how swiftly are thy kind made bestial by their appetites. Rasvelgar, 'twas thy blindness that did invite disaster into our lands. Surrender thee an eye to me, and let that be thy penance. Nidhogg. They bested me once, but I was reckless. I shall need but a single eye to inflict enduring torment upon these traitors and every child of their line. Yield to me thy strength, brood brother. Can't you just say no? My vengeance is begun. Well, that didn't really explain. Thou hast borne witness to a scene from my past.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
When my brood brother did appear before me, bloody and blinded, his life was all but spent. He demanded half my vigor, that he might exact revenge upon the mortals who had wronged us.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This one
The peace my beloved so dearly desired had been shattered by her own kin. Their treachery claimed my brood sister's life and my brood brother's reason. Thinkest thou thy fits of indignation will move me to remorse?
I'm fire, Kolum Tomlos Ineskla.
Go, mortals. Take your unruly passions and leave this place. Your presence here spelleth naught but misery.
Kas echichiso, sek mon ina an, srei snowfall in sith an.
Were it not for Shiva's soothing embrace, I would slay you where you stand. Woe betide you should the bond we share ever weaken. See, it still leaves a mystery. We now know that Nidhogg lost both of his eyes, but we only know where one is. It's the one that Estinian had. Where's the other one? Unrest Ishgard. Estinian is frustrated by yet another mystery. Though he lifted not a single claw, 'twould seem that Rasvalgar wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg, but I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
Maybe.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering.
Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard?
Good question. If his other eye's been missing all this time, why does he wait now?
Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom?
Uh-oh.
At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return.
Her. It's a battle with her.
Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
Yeah, guess who?
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragonsong War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you!
Haven't you done enough?
There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
If you have any control over them, obviously you don't.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
What's that old saying about good intentions? I bet he has something to do with it.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence. But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault. and the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then.
Plans? I told you he was in on it.
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
They're guests. They invited them in.
Your will be done.
They need to keep that control over the common people. That's how it works. Give them some form of chaos and then provide the solution to it so that you can show them, you know, that you have the power and that you can save them from themselves. Oh, an Ascian.
The moment is at hand.
La Habrea.
Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment. It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
We've heard that before. Harshaphant and Lady Iceheart, together with the Dragoon. I was going to call him the Azure Dragoon, but he's not Azure anymore. He's red.
Comrades, sheathe your swords. There is no need for further bloodshed.
My lady!
She is come. Hear me, brothers and sisters. The war is ended. Nidhogg is no more.
I don't think they care.
Aye, it is so. This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the great worm low. The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends. He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead. Let his hatred die with him, I say. Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace.
Have we lost?
No, you haven't lost. Well, it depends on what you thought you
No,
were
my friend.
fighting for.
Far from it. At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Well, you've got one thing standing in your way. That's the church. Peace? Dang it. I want to fight.
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Told ya.
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern.
Yeah, think about it, buddy.
If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
That was rather too close for comfort, but it would seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You return to Ishgard in the oddest of company, my friend. We're getting close to where we can take over, have Roland take over. This is a level 56. I think he's got a level 57 quest line. I'll have to check his journal out and make sure we don't go past where we need to go. But we're getting close. I confess I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of the Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Kit? Beg pardon? You traveled to the Churning Mists together, along with Estinian? Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified. Father and Sir Emmerich must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Emmerich to Fortomp Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well. Kit, I shall await you there. All right, we return to the manor. There's still got to be some intrigue. It can't be ending like this. There's people involved, humans involved. Welcome, Master Deshane. Shall I show you the inside of the manor? I don't think I said that right.
Praise Halone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
I don't know if we've explained this. Probably we have. But that's father and son, but he's a bastard child. And this guy's wife hates him. So he has two legitimate children, and then Hoshafant is also his son. And of course he loves him equally, but the wife is not so gracious. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
The infamous Lady Iceheart, here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelga? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
Yeah, what about that?
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his knights 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
Yeah, he's got a point.
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead, and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more.
Not a pretty sight. Not a pretty picture.
A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
She's in love.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emmerich prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him. That which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
You have the truth of it.
Lies and slander.
We'll see. It may be true.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emmerich is the Archbishop's bastard son. Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emmerich is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Emeric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Even you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. So, she thinks we need help. I mean, my goodness, we've got me and the Dragoon over there. What else do you need? Horsefonts a knight. Ill-weathered friends. Adversity acquaints a man with strange bedfellows, as Alphino knows only too well. Why would he know? He's a 13-year-old kid. What's he know about bedfellows? But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphino. Not even the assembled might of the House of Fortomps and Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. You speak of one of the other high houses? Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. 'Twas these disgruntled Isgardians who opened the gates to our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course, if their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist Sir Emeric's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I would have you and Kit reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well. We shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks, Estinian. Will your brothers need your command if you order... My thanks, Estinian. Will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They will gladly watch and wait while the highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Kit, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Totaro may have knowledge of the revolutionaries. Totaro, she hangs out in taverns just listening to the gossip. Aha, what's this guy doing? This may or may not be something we need. Let's, the icons that are bluish they're not main quest line, but they're, a lot of times they are related to the main quest line. And if they're not related to the main quest line, they have their own importance. So you always want to take a look at those. You don't have to do them all, but some of them will make sense to do. Let's see what this one is. Oh, we definitely want this. It's giving us a wind current. So, honoring the past. This Helenart night is in mourning. We recently held a ceremony to honor the passing of Sir Clodbiumt, third son of the House of Helenart. But I was surprised to see none of the Rose Knights from Camp Cloudtop in attendance. Not that they should abandon the camp, mind you, but at the very least I expected to see Rodramont or perhaps Lady Lynette in attendance. I'm sure she has her reasons for not attending, but Rodramont is a dear friend of mine, and I know how he cared for Sir Clodbiumt. They worked quite closely together for many years, down to the very end. Which is why I want you to present this to him, the battle standard raised during the ceremony. I am certain he would have attended if he could, and the very least, I should think he would appreciate a memento from the ceremony. Okay, so they want us to go to Cloudtop, which is appropriate because that's where the wind current is that he's giving us access to. All right, delivering the battle standard and speak with Tataru. Well, in actuality, though, I'm kind of out of time, so I think maybe I'll stop it here. We're getting really close to having Roland take over. I was hoping to get to that point in one episode, but I don't think we're going to. So I'm going to end it here, and we'll carry on when I come back. Ta-ta for now.